Hello and welcome. We're looking to kick things off here at the Esports Unstoppable Women's League. My name is Blue Panda. You know me, you love me. But we've got someone new joining me today. It's the one, the only, the most
Oh
impactful
my
player
god.
out of the Women's League, the KT. Unfortunately, Cthulhu, he's a bit sick today, so he won't be joining us. He's going to be playing on behind the scenes. But KT, welcome. You're joining us in the casting booth.
Thank you. It's a great honor and privilege to be here. Thank you.
Look, you spent years playing this competition. Now you get to break it down, criticize, and give back some of that love that us casters are known for giving to the players. Any teams that you're excited to see coming into this?
I think it goes without saying. Obviously, my girls back at Bliss. I'm always keen to hopefully be able to cast them. But other than that, I'm always looking forward to every single team because I think there's a couple of new rosters this season with Inferno. I think Viking Army is making a comeback, so it'd be interesting to see about that. But also old friends, Buddha, Big Brain Esports, Fury now essentially, which was Fury until a couple hours ago. That would be really great to see. But yeah, like honestly, there's so many new entries in this season. Can't wait.
Yeah, look, it's always exciting coming into a new season. Now, the Unstoppable Women's League this season with our new sponsor, obviously Popsugar, coming on board, our presenting partner. So, definitely going to be exciting to have them involved with the competition and running us through it. But look, it's pretty simple stuff. We've seen it before. 8 teams kicking it off, playing week to week. Top 4, then move on, of course, into that playoffs bracket. That's somewhere that you're quite familiar with, KT. So what is it? Break it down for us. What is the strategy going through the pool play? What do you want to be able to achieve, and what do you want to be able to hide before you get to the playoffs?
Well, because it's a double round robin season this season, because every team gets to play 2 games and you play each team twice this season, it becomes a lot harder to hide strats or hide maps that you want to play because you have to play double the amount of games, which means you have double the chances of playing more maps, different maps, and so forth. So I think it'll be a lot harder for teams to hide, like Bliss or like Fury, to hide their strats this season. But I think what you want to do is at the beginning of the season, what I like to normally do is stick to the basics, stick to your Oregons, your clubhouses, and things like that. Work towards more of the unorthodox maps such as Sky, Border, Theme, what have you, and have those ready for the finals because obviously, like in Women's League, Clubhouse, Oregon, Villa, the Holy Trinity is being played out so much that I think everyone has a good grasp on it. So it's a good starting point, but eventually you want to work towards having at least 7 or 8 of the 9 maps in the pool ready to go for the finals because in the finals it's a best of 3. You only get 1 ban before the team picks, so it's very hard to be able to predict what a team's going to pick. So I think it's important to have at least 7 or 8 maps ready to go.
Well, it's going to be exciting. We have 8 maps to play today. Unfortunately, we only get to see 2 of them here on the main broadcast, but we'll be running through them. Let's have a look at the schedule and see what we will be taking and covering today here on the main broadcast. Of course, I'm excited. There's some big matchups to kick off the stage.
Yeah.
And as we do get them up there on your screen, like you said, some new names coming to the competition. But here on the main broadcast, we've got map 1. It's Viking Army taking on Inferno Gaming. Viking Army obviously returning, Inferno Gaming, a bit of a new entity in the competition. And then, second map of the day, 2 big names. Big Brain Esports taking on Fury Global.
That's the one that I'm looking forward to tonight for sure, I think, because a lot of those 2 rosters have some very big names within Women's League. There's obviously Buddha, Chloe, Yoshi, Cheese, and Fish Noodle on the side of Big Brain, I believe, and Fury. There's some new entries in KCQZ. I think Peepo's coming back. Els joined the roster as well, along with Rav and Psycho. So it will be really, really interesting to see how they fare against more of the veterans of Women's League.
Yeah, look, it's always good seeing, as they put it, the Mickey Mouse orgs getting involved.
Yep, exactly.
Close enough.
Exactly.
It's always good seeing Fury involved in the local scene. They're a great org. They're a great presence. And there you go. 8 teams competing this season. Viking Army, Big Brain Esports, Triare, Radical Rebels, Fury, Bliss, Benchwarmers, and Inferno. Mm-hmm. And look, I'll put it to you now. I'll throw you under the bus.
Oh, no.
If you had to call it now, who are your top 4 making it to playoffs by the end of the stage?
Top 4. You're making me. I'm really going to make.
We're putting you through your paces early, KT.
I'm going to get. Yeah. I'm going to make some people unhappy, but I think if I had to call the order this season, do I have to give a top 4 1 through 4 or
Just
just
top four. You don't
top
have
4?
to. You don't
Okay.
have to place them. Just top four.
Obviously my girls on Bliss, 100%. I would be really disappointed if they didn't make it into the top 4. Big Brain Esports, I think they're always a shoe-in for the top 4. Global, sorry, not Global, Fury Global, 100% will be there. And I think the last one will be Radical Rebels or Viking Army this season. I think it'll be Radical Rebels just by a smidge.
And those you at home that are wondering, of course, it's pretty simple. It's at CripsT
Oh
on
no.
Twitter. Make sure you get your twit longers going nice and early this season. Call her out. Don't let her go. But look, it's exciting stuff, KT. Another season presents new opportunities. Like you said, some new refreshed rosters as well. I'm super excited to see what they've prepped, what they're coming into this with. Obviously, no quarantine as well for operators. So KT, we're going to get to see Azami and Senzin play. What are you making of them currently in the comp meta?
I think in terms of Sens, she's still very situational, and you have to be very experienced to use a gadget like hers because of how finicky her gadget can be. But I think with Azami, I really think she's meta breaking this season. She's going to define the entire meta. You've seen in, not sure how much Pro League everyone's watched, but in Pro League matches, OCL matches, Azami's played almost on all of the maps on at least 2 or 3 sides. I've had the pleasure of playing alongside a really innovative Azami player in Banana from AZ as well. So, yep.
Innovative
is a term that we use fast and loose. But I think it's very the fact that Azami has 5 of those splooges, whatever you want to call them. It's really there's some really cheesy stuff that you can do with them. There's a lot of one ways that you can hold as well and if they get rid of it, well, you have 4 more of them to go on with. So I think it's really, really Azami's going to be really, really impactful this season for sure.
And there we go. Matt Vito's on your screen now for Viking Army
Oregon.
and Inferno Gaming. Oregon, we're going back to basics, like you said. You don't want to show the fancy stuff. You want to go back to basics, lock it down. KT, what are your win conditions on a map like Oregon?
Oregon, I think you really need to establish control early as well. I think Oregon is, if you let a team run amok with roaming, I think it's very, very easy to lose control of time. So it's very, very hard. It's very, very hard to take ground, but it's very important to take ground early. And pre-place is going to be essential with this round, this map, I think.
And obviously control of that walk-in wardrobe wall.
Okay.
Being able to deny breaches on it, get the impact tricks off, all the rest of it. But we're right into it, obviously. Viking Army on the defense start off with. Inferno Gaming starting on the attack. Going into the op ban phase, you thinking anything crazy might come out?
I think this is probably going to be a stock standard Thatcher ban. I'm guessing. Never mind. Stock standard Jackal and Thatcher ban. That's my pick. I think if they want to do something cool and fancy, they can ban like a Finker as well, or a Zofia with the LMG meta. But it's obviously going to be a Thatcher ban. On defense, your mirrors, your Ks, and your Valks are stock standard for Oregon. But I've also seen a lot of alibis. I've seen a lot of smoke bans recently, so those could be interesting in terms of how to hold elbow on basement. But it's going to be a K8 as normal. Last but not least, I'm guessing it'll be a Valkyrie ban, if I'm not mistaken, or a mirror. But yeah,
it's going to be the Valkyrie. Yep. Okay, understandable.
Have a great day.
Obviously Mira has been okay back into play, so I don't think that's what's caused this. Obviously, there is more concern about the Valkyrie than the Mira. Obviously, providing all that extra information is understandable. Going into it, we're going to be heading down to the basement first, and I mean, what are the keys to a basement defense?
I think basement defenses is one of those things where you can really bunker down and play time because of just look at how much utility there is to burn through with Viking Army. You have 3 ADSs, in what seems like infinite Wamai discs. You have Melusi charges that you have to burn through, Aruni gates, and you have bandit batteries as well. Interesting, there's no smoke and there's no SAS shotgun on the side of Viking Army, so I think they might be looking to play basement with elbow fully reinforced. Yep, I think that's what we'd want doing right now. So Inferno will be heavily relying on, I think, Toki on the map to be able to get that elbow breach open. But I think as long as Viking Army shoots a couple drones, they can certainly bunker down, I think, with the amount of utility they have.
Yeah, I mean, that obviously presents a unique situation. If they get into elbow, they start burning through the wall. All of a sudden, there's those lines of sight available to the attack. Maybe, just maybe, Viking Army haven't accounted for it. Unfortunate, as usually quite crisp and clean on the shots.
As you gotta hit those.
On the drone. She really does. Because obviously that extra information denying at the start of the round is key. They did, however, find 3 drones.
Three drones before prep phase ends really is crucial, especially in Oregon when you want to go for a top-down clear. Make sure there's no roamers, make sure there's no one riding around in attic, but Sporky's just going right into garage. Not sure if there's a pre-place there or if she's just confident, but either way, that ground's already been taken. There is one currently in kitchen by Malusi. She has a security rotate, but no meeting rotate, and she's supported by Nes.va as well. They're not really... They've droned her out, but no one's following with the drone. There's no rotates through kitchen and meeting, so she'll have to fall down through lobby. But I think Sporky's about to catch her kill. Yep, there it is.
Well, that time, Brett sitting, waiting.
Yep.
Pays off
that
there,
is...
and they find that kill. It's quite free as well. I mean, obviously, it's not going to be the end of the world for Viking, but having one less gun, and, well, there we go. It's equalised and immediately traded, like you said, but Viking Army take the better kill.
Yeah, the loss of Finker is immense. No LMG, no nades, no Gorn 6, and you miss out on the 3 adrenal surge. I think adrenal surges, Lou?
Yeah, I believe that's what they're
Adrenal surges, yeah.
I either go with an adrenal surge or nano boost.
Nano boost, yeah. You miss out on 3 nano boosts. A lot of utility to burn through, but they have lost Nez on Jaeger and Belusi as well, so 3v4, so it was certainly doable, because with the good thing about Jaeger and Malusi roaming is that they've always put down all their util already, so all of their use is good. They can go shoot some drones, shoot some people. Unfortunately, they've died, but the util is still there, so they can still be of help post-support.
Right now, it's going to be a weird one to bring it back to the 3 versus 3. Munchkin getting a bit too aggressive, pushing down the big tower stairs, but Sporky is in towards Tarps, takes a bit of damage. They didn't commit to the Maverick. She's into the site, but she's lost out big in that gunfight. All of a sudden, her position is no longer tenable. Weird one might just be able to find the flame. Goes to the swing. Does she know just how close Sporky is? Got the player rotating in through Tarps. That stiff control. Sporky answers one back, but it may not matter at all. Viking Army have done a great job holding this down. No! Sporky goes down to the electrification. Weird one picks it up, and it's on to Cell Shade, pushing down the big tower stairs. No control of the diffuser. 2 players to find. Has to hit the shots cleanly, but no.
Weird one gets those.
Weird one even goes for a bit of BM post-mortem.
Look, I think knifing is a lot more accepted these days than the spamming of the crouch button. But
no, we've discussed this. It's practical. It's round 1. You need to stretch those hamstrings out, otherwise you get a cramp up later on in the round. So look, I'm all for it.
You know, I've always been of the thought process that more BM means better competition, it means better storylines, and it's a better thing for the league. I know some people don't agree with that, but I feel like if you get the kill, you should be able to celebrate, right?
Crouching is not teabagging.
Exactly.
It's exercise. I stand by that.
Attackers need to locate
sometimes you spill a little bit of coke on your keyboard, and you just have to make sure it's working. You know, it just is what it is.
Double check.
Exactly.
I mean, you got to make sure that you're performing at peak, and speaking of performing at peak, we had one with 4K in that last round, doing a phenomenal job holding that boiler position. Now we head up to your favourite site here, KT. We're going up to Dorms.
I believe in Nez.va. I am wondering. She has impacts, so I'm wondering if she's going to use those to potentially impact Master Breach a little bit better than the last time I attempted it, hopefully. But on the side of VA, they're running a very stock standard one again. These basically the exact same operator lineup with the addition of Frost. In terms of, once again, they're not running a smoke or a mute, which I do find to be quite interesting, but they didn't have a need for a smoke or mute last round, so maybe, honestly, that is a play. Granny Az just gets the first pick onto Sporky. I believe that's from Lobby Spawn Peak. Oh my goodness.
Classic Az shenanigans. Is that not the gun there? Nuttery out in the middle of the Yeah, that's where she died. Okay, so yeah, just punch the main lobby door.
I think Habana's absolutely terrified right now.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's a smart play. Sporky was huge in the start of that round for Inferno Gaming. Unfortunately, it didn't result in a round win. But her position in garage netted the first kill, and Granny has decides, you know what, we're not going to risk that. We're just going to take her out straight away.
Yeah, I think getting aggressive early in Oregon is definitely the play. It slows down a lot of the push, and more often than not, you can catch a operator by surprise. Obviously, Sporky was caught pretty off guard, so I think it definitely worked there. So now we're going for a map trick on Attic Wall. This is very stock standard. These holes are... Yep. These holes are meant to be held from T1 or T2 stairs so that the attic play doesn't get walked up upon, which is good that they've made that so far. But I see that Blue, they're mostly ignoring Master Breach. There's Habana is over by attic side, which I don't really know why, but maybe this works. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, obviously they don't want any part of it. They've learnt from previous mistakes made in the women's league about contesting that breach, so they don't want to have to deal with it whatsoever. Cellshade T is prepped and ready for the jump in top army stairs. Wants to be able to contest it a trophy, but I suppose it's a waiting game, making sure they have the info.
I think if she gets a good timing here, she might be able to catch one off guard if she just stays quiet here. But I don't think anyone wants to peek her right now. As I say that, Granny Az loses out to Toki. A very nice shot. Does she know that the person's on? No, she doesn't know the person is pruned. Widwan's going for another. Pruned again. And does not hit the second shot.
I mean, she just did still a decent chunk of damage there. Widwan at the moment. Munch get a little bit frustrated, understandably. Goes for the red tap. Weird's already backed off into the small dorms right now. Doesn't want to go for it. Crystal tries her luck and unfortunately will fall. So does Weird One going down. Munchkin bagging the double there. And all of a sudden it's Inferno. They were in the lead for a moment. They are now once again. It's all on to end. Again, with small dorms right now. Has two to find. Loza just walking her way towards pit. Drops down and into the frost mat.
Not the frost mat.
That's 5 seconds to go.
Unfortunate. There is one in the walk-in wardrobe. Cell shake. My God, you played a dangerous game.
You have run out of time.
Viking army take a second.
Yeah, look, I think that one definitely proved just how hard it is to take ground in Oregon. Once you lose that Zofia, it becomes really hard to take. Master Breach get stuff off Master War as well, with bandits and Cades and mutes and whatnot. So I think that showed how important it is to take early ground in Oregon.
Yeah, and wow, that was... It was great at the end. Like Inferno Gaming looked like they were going to have it, and then Loza drops down in the pit and into the frost mat, which is exactly what M wanted. And unfortunately, with the
sometimes you just got to learn the hard way.
Yeah, look, it is. It's a trial by fire.
Exactly.
If you wanna go toe to toe with the best, you have to learn to not make those mistakes. Unfortunately, it cost them the round.
Exactly. Sometimes it's just unfortunate. I think maybe if Munchkin didn't get those two picks on Attic Pit towards kids, maybe it'd be a different story. But it seems like now they're forfeiting. Nez is going for a boost spot. She's sitting right there, right on the boost spot in kids. That'll be very interesting to see if they actually drone her out, because often what drones would do is look at the ground. If there's no feet around, they'll drone right past the top of the cabinets and such. So it'll be really interesting to see if the cab is actually droned out.
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
Yeah, if we get an Intero off. I mean, knifing a body would be considered BM, but an interrogation, I think, takes it to a whole new level. And Nez going to get herself even further out of that position up in Kid Storms down to the basement. Has the Spaz 15 as well. What do you reckon? What are the odds here, KT, that we see an interrogation in round 3?
Well, at the moment, I don't think it's very likely, actually, because as you can see, I'm pretty sure all of Inferno Gaming is actually bunched up together right now. They're not playing individual. No one's ratting below in corners or in freezer or anything like that. They all seem to be pushing small tower side, which is good. I'm not sure if they've identified that there's a cab and they need to stick together, but I think it's definitely the play. But in saying that, as once again takes Toki straight off the board, No nades, no corn sticks, no adrenal surges, just like that.
Yeah, I think it's one of those situations to as fear is just a four-letter word. I don't think she is capable of actually feeling it though. Right now,
I don't think she cares. Like, even if she feels it, she just doesn't care.
Oh no, I just don't think she's capable of feeling fear. I've seen her play Blitz. You know, she chooses to play it.
I've died to her Blitz, so
it
is what it is.
Yeah. It's a scary thing. But right now, Inferno Gaming, they are living in fear. You can see the hesitance. They're not willing to actually commit to a push. They're waiting for Viking Army to push it to them, which is not what they need to do.
This Mozzie's playing a very dangerous game right now. There's one above her in small tower, and there's one at bottom small tower waiting for her to peek dining door. So she's playing a very, very dangerous game. But the breach is still not open. Not too sure why, given the fact that there's no mute jammers on the wall anymore. Actually, there was no mute jammers there to begin with, so Habana's still up. Maybe they could go for this wall. Maybe they can open something like showers, push in showers, but Sporky is just going to go take a heads-up gunfight onto Dining and almost hits the shot. Oh my.
Enzo did find a follow-up kill. Munchkin finally finished off. They make the call to start. But M on the flank finds Loza. Finds a follow-up for a triple there onto Cell Shades. Sporky alone, and that diffuser is out in no man's land currently. M, is she going to swing
M's playing a dangerous game.
The 6. Oh, she's been baited out. Someone sends it outside and triggered the enemy outside indicator, and a flawless round there for Viking Army in the third.
Yeah, playing going kitchen dining. It's very important if you go small tower side to be able to take control of showers before you guys start pushing into dining. As M showed there, keeping shower control was paramount. They didn't get to open any of the showers wall, so she was able to sit there rent free, and she replied with a 3K. Oh, 4K actually. I think it was a 4-piece. Granny Az stole both of the.
It was in the end.
Just off the team. Yep. Sounds about right.
Yeah, two 4Ks are great and all, but two ace kills stolen. Yeah, it's an even better stat. I think right now Az is totally okay with that.
Yeah.
Oh dear. That's. I mean, round 1 and round 3 both played out with 4Ks. One for M, one for Weird One. So it's the solo effort that is just propelling Viking Army to an uncontestable position right now.
Yeah, it's really good to see individuals showing up at the closing points of rounds to actually clutch it out for Viking Army. Be interested in see if Inferno can do the same. I see that obviously there's a couple players such as Sporky, Toki that can definitely get the job done as well. From previous experience, they've certainly killed me many a times, so they could definitely show up for Inferno. I know a little bit less about Munchkin, Cell Shade, and Moza, but as we say that, absolutely reads Cabana to a T there and gets the frag. Like you said, no fear, 0 fear. Good on her.
To Az, fear is just a 4-letter word, something to fill in a crossword, not something that she genuinely. Oh my!
She's pushing up T1.
Of course, yeah, she's just going for it. She wants the big tower push as well. Besides a bit of, but she knows that Diffuser is out there in con, so they have the information. Viking Army have just taken such a massive advantage for themselves off of Az a solo play. Inferno Gaming.
That's the hard breach down as well.
They don't even look like they're going for the diffuser.
Yeah, I think at this point, without the hard breach, without the diffuser, they just have to work to get a pick or two first before they actually go for diffuser. Because even if you get diffuser, you still haven't taken any ground. There's no good positions that you guys have taken. You guys can't open any more wars. Might as well wait for a couple picks. Maybe Viking Army get a little bit lazy, lackadaisical. Maybe they push up and get fragged, but they don't look like they're giving Inferno Gaming an inch right now.
Yeah, look, it's forcing Inferno into a position where if they want to take ground, they have to bleed for it, unfortunately. So Viking Army playing this pretty spectacularly so far. Munchkin.
Alibi's been thrown out. Very nice play with the
missed that opportunity. Oh, Munchkin, you can't be missing those shots. Toki is covering that door, so Nez should go down, but somehow she got away.
She's escaped. That's okay. I don't know how quite that's happened, given that the freezer hatch was reinforced and the only way she could escape was through the hallway. But Sporky does get an important frag on as immediately traded out by Nez, who's on a sliver of HP from that encounter with my M is also now on a sliver of HP. Blue Panda, I really don't know how this round is going to go down.
Holding, spots the shoulder. Missed the opportunity, but Crystal's there. They've got a crossfire under this freezer position. There are multiple guns trained towards freezer. Toki taking some big damage there, and Munchkin will be the next to be finished off. Unfortunately, Crystal steps out with the spray. Toki goes down. The nano booster comes through, but it's finished off by Em, and it's Cell Shade alone once again. Unfortunately, drops on in. Dead to Nez. Nez had a standout round, given how much punishment she got.
I think Nez did brilliantly, given that she was on a sliver of HP for almost half the round there, I think. This goes back to what we were saying before about individuals showing up for Viking Army when it mattered. This round, it just happens to be Nez. Maybe next round, this will be Crystal. Might be a weird one. You never know. I think everyone on Viking Army is capable of showing up individually when it matters. I think now it's just about Inferno Gaming proving that they can as well.
Oh dear, that's 4 in a row. And it's on Oregon, the most even map competitively across the globe. It is a 50-50 win rate for both attack and defense. And a 4-0 start to the half is pretty spectacular. You take that hands down.
100%, especially the fact that they've gone to the tertiary side already. In dining, usually you do expect to lose those. You aren't too mad if you do lose those, but the fact that they're 4-0 right now is spectacular. I would 100% take that right now. Now this sets them up really well to potentially go into the half 5-1 or even 6-0. At the very worst, they're going into a 4-2, which is still a very, very good result out of a defense round for Oregon.
Well, that frost mat again. Amber set it up in pit.
I wonder if it's going to work again though.
Yeah.
Do people learn?
Well, I mean, given the situation they were in last time, I wouldn't be surprised given that it was just constant aggression towards pit. They had to contest the angle. Lozi didn't really have an option to look down. And the Azami now coming into play.
Now Azami, I love
so
it.
the cheeky little angles there played around pit with the Kiva barricades are going to be just that much harder to deal with.
Yeah, with Azamis, you get 5 of those. They can be replaced. They can be replaceable for things like a shield. Things like even ADS blockers when you put them on drone holes and such. It's such a versatile gadget. I think it's really great that they bought Azami with them. As taking an advanced position as well on T0 right now, looking to perhaps shoot a drone or even go for a flank. Not sure if they're actually on. Oh my days, that is brilliant. Blue Panda, that is brilliant.
That's filthy.
That is
legitimate degeneracy.
I
will be the one to call it.
I
rate it though.
Sometimes how do the other teams know what you're doing if you don't know what you're doing, right? It is
how can they predict
something like
what's
this
going on if we have no clue what's going on? Yeah, that's the one.
I definitely double take if I saw something like that right now. That's all I'm saying.
Wow! The pit Kiva barricade even keeps M covered as well.
You know what?
I don't know if this was intentional, but this is some of the biggest brain stuff I have ever seen.
If this is intentional, this is absolutely incredible. Like what they're doing right now is just Stephen Hawking levels of galaxy brain levels of stuff that I can't even comprehend. This is incredible. But the attacking side do have Flores on board. Flores is one of the main counters for something like Azami.
They have no idea.
Oh, they
have
really
no idea that M's here.
If she plays this right, if she has enough discipline here, she can potentially get into a throw. Never mind. She does have an ADS there to protect.
She's gonna spot Sporky with the true discipline.
Oh, that's
that's
incredible.
This is discipline and a half.
Do they know? They don't know. They don't know.
They have no idea. She's gonna swing. Finds the first. She should be able to get herself a second too.
There it is.
No.
That's the
Amber has just gutted this attack, taken diff control, and Sporky's not even there to refrag.
That is incredible. Absolutely incredible. The trick discipline there to not shoot Sporky when she was in trophy. Incredible. In the 2v4 situation right now, kind of looking a little bit dire for 2v3 instantly. Oh, Sporky was so close to lining one up, but unfortunately, makes it almost impossible for them to equalize. It's all up to Sporky, 50 HP, 1v3. winnable right now. They're not on the
she has
cam
to
right
do-
now. They're not on the cam. She knows someone's there,
Located.
but Weird One wins out with a pre-fire. Incredible.
Almost needed to go for the reload and just hold mouse
Yeah.
button the entire time. But no, Weird. Yeah, gets the call. Here's the audio. Snaps on round. Shuts it down. This is impressive stuff being played by Viking Army right now.
It's the strats that are coming out of there, intentional or not, is absolutely incredible and something that I haven't seen before yet. So I'm looking forward to what else they can bring with kitchen dining. They have brought a Thorn and a Goyo this time instead of, I believe, a Wamai. They don't have any War Denial though, so that'll be interesting to see if Habana actually goes for the breach first and foremost instead of
Attackers
doing
need to
anything else.
locate and
But
defuse as many bombs as they can.
Granny Az on the Cav. Do you believe Blue Panda?
I mean, look, she's made it work before. I mean, you know, she's sort of that solo superstar on this team. Like, you could literally just be like, go join a different voice chat, do your own thing, we don't care. And she could still pull out like 2 kills in the round and it wouldn't change. So, 100%. If there's anyone in this lobby that would be the one to get an interrogate off, it's Az.
100%. She's probably definitely someone
10
I
seconds to
highlight
insertion.
in this lobby right now as someone that could single-handedly
5
pull
seconds
a
to
round
go.
out of the bottom. If it's anyone, it's going to be anyone. It's going to be
Attackers are
Az.
moving out to
So
locate a bomb and defuse
very
it.
interested to see what she can do on that Cav. But other than that, it's stock standard nonetheless. Az is actually gonna try to go for a run out. No. I'm actually very disappointed that she didn't go for that, really. I thought...
I 100% would have believed that she would have gone for it, but no, I don't think I don't think she's that careless in these situations. She's going to play it smart. The thing that blows my mind is the fact that Crystal is 0-4 and they're up 5-0, and it's not for lack of trying. She has tried to get involved in gunfights, but the ones that she could have taken has
Attackers
just been
have dropped the
stolen
bomb
away from her
diffuser.
by teammates.
Yeah, I mean, half the time, by
Attackers
the time
recovered
she
the bomb
dies, by the time that she gets to engage in a fight, it's a 5 versus 1, 4 versus 1, so they're just getting their exit frags at that point, so it's a little bit hard
A
for
bomb
her to
has
get
been
on the board
located.
when you have people like Az and M and Weird One just killing them before they can even reach Crystal. And
Yeah, I mean, there's what?
M is
20
10-1
Oh,
right now.
there we go.
Yep,
That's
never
40
mind.
dead. Unfortunately, Toki just a little bit too late with an nano boost. But yeah, look, you look at the kills on the board. So what, 13, 15, 25 kills. And unfortunately, you just haven't been able to find one. Crystal is being absolutely denied right now. Oh my
what a
god,
shot.
as of course, not just one LNG off the board. She was on drone too. That is impressive.
I think that really, really highlights the importance of needing to either have someone on the showers window for cutoff, or having at least some of the showers wall open, and having someone with that line of sight holding it actively so that they can't just swing showers free of charge. As you can see, there is a soft wall there to the right of the showers wall, so that could be something that could be impacted, and someone could be watching that actively so that Az can't actually swing out of that corner. But unfortunately, that's just not something that's been done this round. I think Az is potentially going to go for another here. Oh, she spots the gun barrel.
Spots the barrel, yeah.
Oh,
M knows.
she's swinging
M
it.
has all the info. Oh, she's just going to clear every significant X-Kara off that wall. Yeah, it's going to
don't believe you. Yeah, there's no way you can walk through it anyways. So
that is
Get her a
a
little
smiley
bit-
face with a stroke.
Yep.
Unfortunately, you can't get through that. Cleanest in there's fine cell
Oh,
shade. And
Crystal's on the board.
Crystal
Crystal's
finally gets on the board with 2,
There you go.
and it's a flawless to close the half.
oh, that's incredible. Crystal's on the board. That means everyone on the side of Viking Army is actually now on the board. It's basically a flawless half, I think, with the exception of the first 2 rounds, which were quite close.
It was.
It's as flawless as one could get, really. Like,
Yeah, look, 1 point needed, and of course, Az is just going straight on the Ash for now. It may not stick. It might be that Blitz coming through once again, but
I think she has to go Blitz. Like, you're 6-0 up. If you don't, like, she has to just send it, I think.
maybe she has something else to be doing. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw the Ash stuck out and she's just going to go get herself an ace.
Some gremlin type thing. Yeah, but on the side of Inferno Gaming, I think they're bringing, again, very stock standard operators for a basement defense. They
Attackers
are
need
bringing
to
the smoke
locate and
though,
defuse
which
as many bombs as they can.
I think is very good to be able to hold elbow so that you don't see blue control straight away. It'd be interesting to see if that's what they're deciding to do with the smoke. Smoke does indeed have the shotgun as well, which is good.
Attackers have located a bomb.
They're not bringing a Jaeger though, so... But there is only 2 sets of nades on the side of the Viking army. But, so we'll see whether they decide to take a direct blue or a cross take. At the moment, I'm not really sure what's happening. Nez is dreading out blue, so that could
10
indicate that
seconds
they're going for a full bunker and T1 take. But other than that, what do you
5
reckon, Blue
seconds
Panda?
left.
What do you reckon they go for?
I mean, given the setup here,
Attackers'
there's that
objective
investment
is to
towards
defuse.
LR.
It's very
so,
blue invested right now, I think.
Yeah,
There's,
like
the Lucy's-
there's a lot of priority around it. The only thing though is there is a single Wemai. Like Wemai is the only sort of utility burn in place to defend that elbow position. So if they can quickly rush in, get that utility down. Yeah, look, that's what I was talking about. As is stretching the hamstring. She's about to full send it down laundry stairs. Just mark my words.
I think she's just waiting for a good timing, a good opportunity for taking a chance and walking either down laundry or freezer. I think the rest of the team, for her, is just a distraction for her to get her ace this round, I think.
Surprise. And already you can see Inferno largely focused over towards this blue position right now.
I think they will get this...
Crystal
will
nade
get
is
the
still there. So there is a magnet there. So it should catch it,
I think they have expended a nade already. So they're going to need one more burnable. Maybe from the Habana, but the Habana is not with them at the moment. So they either have to waste another nade to burn through that, or... I believe that the Habana's all the way down T1. She's holding that position already. I'm not sure if she knows there's a person tucked in the pillar though.
Well,
Ready, Az?
doesn't
That's
matter
it. She
because
opens it up.
is in through laundry already. Spots a second, connects some shots, but no, will fall the cell shade. Holding in that storage closet. Crystal finds herself at actually no, only second of the map.
That's all
because, obviously she confirmed it down in the last round.
I think Az's opening is all her team needed to push on into blue, because as soon as Az got the first pick into laundry, that was all the invitation the Inferno needed to switch their attention, which means Viking Army had all the resources to be able to push straight in, as they've done now with pillar control, with E-box control. With a minute left, they've already spent 1 smoke. They have still a C4 and 2 more smokes left on the side of Inferno Gaming, but I'm not really sure if they have the ability to deny given the positions that Viking Army is taking right now.
That was brilliant there. Nez just baiting, trying to open up that elbow wall, trying to get the focus
going for the plant
onto her so that they
on
can
default.
go for that plant. Munchkin. Look
Oh
at the
my
angle.
God.
Crystal spots it and absolutely slams it. Unfortunately, Inferno might just be done here for their first match of the season. Crystal holding down with the plant already secure. Toki looking for the angle. Cell Shade there as well. They have to force something. Toki down. It's onto Cell Shade. A triple for Crystal here in the last round of play. Swinging on in, bags at 12th, and a 7-0 victory for Viking Army KT.
I think that was a very, very clean game from everyone in Viking Army. I think Oregon is one of those maps, once you get momentum, is very hard to wrestle back as well. Especially when you have someone like Az, when you have someone like M, just going and killing everyone. There's not much you can do there in terms of getting back control. Look, M 12-1, Mid 1, 6-1, Granny Az 9-3. There's not much to say there, I think.
Well, I mean, M 1-2 by the end of it, 12-1 and 2 assists. Big stuff. I mean, Viking Army coming in, striking a big blow to kick the stage off and wanting to be that, we talked about, who is likely going to be the one joining what we assume is going to be, Big Brain, Bliss and Fury in that top 4. Viking Army with a performance like that, I 100% believe it could be them.
Yeah, like I said, we were doing our predictions earlier. I think Viking Army and Radical will really be fighting for that 4th spot this season. Maybe even 3rd, maybe 2nd. I'm not really sure how the new rosters will go, but I believe with that performance like that, they're really setting a statement for the rest of the season that Bliss, people like Bliss, Fury, BB, they really need to be looking out for a team like Viking Army upcoming.
Yeah, and look, there are a couple other matches going on as well. Having seen, the teams that are playing currently, who are you expecting to win?
I'm expecting Team Bliss to take out the 2 victories tonight. I'm expecting, I believe Radical Rebels to take their first map. I'm not really sure who it is
Over
against.
Fury.
Oh, over Fury? No.
No. KT's called it Radical Rebels to beat Fury.
No, absolutely not. I think Fury take that, but I think the toughest game to call tonight will be our second match of the night. It will be BB versus Fury. I think that'll be one hell of a match to watch.
Yeah, it definitely is. And right now, we're going to throw it to a break. When we come back, we will be jumping on into that match. Of course, Big Brain Esports taking on Fury, 2 of our top place contenders going into this season, of course. We'll be right back with the Unstoppable Women's League. Hello and welcome back from the break. We finally got there. We're just sorting out the semantics on the back end, making sure that, KT was all rested up and ready to go. That first match
my God.
It took a bit out of us, KT. It was a slog. But no, look, it was a nice quick 7-0. We had to sort out some issues behind the scenes, but now we're into it. Big Brain Esports versus Fury. It's going to be an interesting matchup, of course. Let's just get straight on into the map, Vito, and see where we're going to be playing things out, of course. And we're giving you a bit of a... Oh, actually, no, we won't get there just yet. Okay, there we go. Now we've got it. We're going into it now. KT, we're giving you the old Women's League special here in the Unstoppable Women's League. We've got Oregon. We're now going into Clubhouse.
Yeah, Clubhouse. One map that I definitely know very well from Women's League. I think very stock standard. It's just I can't. I was hoping for a theme park or a border today, but guess not.
Dear, look, it's going to be an interesting one. Obviously, it should be mainstay in teams' map pools. Obviously, you need to know how to play Clubhouse if you're playing in a comp environment. So, I mean, you're coming into this matchup. What are you, in terms of this matchup? What do you want to see for that victory to be had?
With win conditions for Clubhouse is similar to Oregon. Oregon and Clubhouse is quite similar to how they're played. Because there's 3 different levels on Clubhouse, basically control needs to be established really, really quickly, and teams just need to be a little bit full steam ahead. I think with Clubhouse, because once again you get choked out of time so easily if you can't open breaches, you can't take the ground. It's a very I still feel like, even though it's even out a little bit, I still feel like it's a defender sided map, but certainly 2 very stock standard attacking bans. Depending on the defense bans, if they go with a normal Valk, Cade, Mirror thing, it will still be very attacker sided, defender sided, sorry. But I'm interested to see if Fury pull something weird right now.
Ella's very excited to be playing tonight. There you go.
It's almost as if she hasn't played a game.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, whether or not Ella actually gets to play is more on her internet than anything. And already, there we go. Game's over. Psycho has called the forfeit. Fury are done for the evening. No, I'm kidding. But final ban will be coming through. I mean, you'd expect something like the Valkyrie. Yeah.
Yeah, Valkyrie.
Pretty stock standard. Nothing too crazy. But Azami will be let through. Cade's going to be let through.
Yep.
Usual suspects on the board.
Yeah, that means Cade, obviously... Cade and Maverick go hand in hand together as bans usually, so if one gets let out, the other usually is as well. There you go, L's on the Maverick. Some very stock standard picks for Church Arsenal as well, with Cade will be getting those hatches, maybe Kitchen Hatch. Motor Hatch is usually the one that's catered, though if they're doing expecting a blue heavy hold, they may be going for a stock hatch as well. Smoke and Mute on Buddha and Chloe. A very dangerous combo as well. Chloe, as we know, is one of the best smoke players, SAS players, period, in Women's League. So, and Buddha is one of the craziest ones that we've ever seen. So,
Defenders, protect
I
your
think
bombs from
Fury
being defused
really
by
need to
attackers.
watch out for early aggression.
And definitely keen to see what we've been told to pronounce it correctly. So, Butt Feed is going to be playing on that mute as well.
No.
Butte Feed? Is it not Butte Feed? That's how it's spelled.
But heed? But I don't know.
It's Butte Feed.
Butte Feed. I can't. I don't think my mouth can visibly form that. But yeah. Look.
10 seconds left
I think
before
Buddha.
You got a question? Who? Obviously,
5 seconds to
if
insertion.
that's who Buddha is, who's Venus? But hold on, that might be too old of a joke to be making.
I think so.
Carrying Butte Feed and Venus. It's a classic pairing. But right now, we're getting into it. KT down in the base, picking things up. Cade on the board. Rav picking up the finger as well. So we've got, probably as meta a setup as you can get right now.
Yeah, this is very stock standard clubhouse. You've got your Habana for hatch. You've got Maverick, hopefully getting some hatches that are gated as well, since obviously Habana can't get those. In terms of kitchen hatch, Yoshi might be on for an impact trick with those impacts on Wamai, but other than that, very stock standard clear right now. Psycho making her way up to CC and Cash with the drone and Cash right now, while Rav is playing the cutoff for any rumors going down red or garage. I think this is a very easy clear so far for Fury. I don't think BB are actually playing a very roam heavy setup. I think they're playing around the utility with the Jaegers, Wamais, the smokes, and the C4, which I think is very smart. But like I said, with Clubhouse, it's very easy to get choked on time. Even though they're doing very good on time right now, they haven't started doing any vert above kitchen, anything like that. So, very keen to see if KCQZ can do some damage with that sledge.
Yeah, it's about that setup, of course, attacking down into the basement. You want to get the verticality, you want to get the control in the kitchen and that hallway. But it starts with, like you said, that clear. You want to make sure that you have the freedom to do so, because the last thing you want to do is go for that prep, go for that setup, and then all of a sudden be flanked down by someone on the road. Right now, they are going to have to rely on L on the Maverick, and unfortunately, she dipped her toes. Yeah. Oh, boy. Come on. You can do it, L. We believe. The fans in NA need to know that you've got this. Right now, they're starting to go. That's a very impressive Gemini to go in.
That
AC killed by Butt Feed to kick the round up.
Yep. You know what? But proved me wrong there. She very dangerous. That's 1C4 gone, but with that sledge, and I don't think sledge has done all the vertical that he needs to do as well. So that'll be very advantageous, because now you can actually sit, I believe, back Arsenal free of charge, and the dropping kitchen is going to be very, very dangerous. And Triple's not open, but Motor Hatch has been open, so Psycho is now moving her way down to Secret to try maybe catch the generator player off guard, but saying that Yoshi takes down Rav, who's playing Finca, and that's Adrenal Surges, and that's one nade off the board as well. And in a 3v5 situation, I don't think that... Oh! Fish Noodle!
10 seconds left.
The Psycho
had the opportunity but couldn't find it.
Psycho's dead
finished
anyway.
off by Yoshi instead. Peepo living up to the name. Holy smokes, Peepo going indeed. The plan has to come. L on the job. Second in him, Peepo looking for the swing in towards Blue. Gets the shots off, fish down. The plant will be secured, and L can look to try and clutch up. The nade. The pop nade gets the kill as well, but Yoshi. Oh no! Yoshi gets the nade. How did Fury take that?
Oh my.
That is the single most L play I have ever seen.
My.
That if you want to ask how L.Fury plays the game, show them that clip.
Oh my.
Only L would hit something like that.
I honestly, Elle might correct me if I'm wrong after this, but I don't think that's what she intended to do. But honestly, like I said last time, Blue Panda, how did the other team know what you're doing if you don't know what you're doing?
Yeah, look, I think L likes to keep the head clear, because it's that classic case. You think about something too hard, you're going to overthink it and make the wrong play. L lives in the moment. I don't for a second believe that was an intentional nade, but it looked good.
Look, it won them the round, and that's all that matters right now, because at one point there was 3v5 down, so to be able to get a plant off in that situation with smokes with C4 still up is pretty incredible, and kudos to the Fury girls as well, especially Peepo, 3k as Habana, not easy, and L, the supports of Fury really picking it up after the rest of the Fury squad.
Locate a bomb and defuse it.
The fact that Peepo was down in that engagement, so she didn't actually die, so technically she's deathless here in round 2.
Yeah.
Just the comedy of errors coming together, but right now we do see Big Brain. They're going to go for the pivot. They're going to go for the change-up right now. Chloe bringing out the Azami here as well with the ACS-12, which, as everyone can attest, is the superior gun.
ACS-12? I think Time for Pie from Bliss would agree with you right there, but I personally think it's one of the stupidest guns.
KT.
No, I think it's one of the stupidest
Alex,
guns.
can we just mute KT's audio for the next...
No, absolutely not. But I was doing a fine job at the moment, getting breach open. It's obviously being Swiss cheese, so it is significantly harder for the Maverick to open. But I think Elle right now is doing the best with what she's given. Oh, she's missed a bit potentially.
She's on her last tag. She gets
there
it!
You go. There it is.
With half a take to spare as well.
KCQZ, dead first. I think that was top main stairs. Maybe she drops Logi hatch, I believe. Try to walk down top main. But the drone from Peepo coming in a tad too late. Being shot as well with no follow-up, so that allows Yoshi to sit free, rent-free right now in the middle of bathroom in Master. That'll be a power position for her to play, as there's 2 people in Logi trying to push. Oh,
Oh, Yoshi. What a kill.
Yoshi.
Takes down Peepo too. Rav on the window.
Rav jumps in.
Actually catch the flank. Now, I mean, look, what are the odds that we see Elle clutch it up again with that wayward nade? Not this time, unfortunately.
The 2 clutch masters from the last round are dead.
Well, you got to make do with what you got, Psycho. Out onto highway, looking for the angle onto the rafters, but not to be. They've still got to find 4 to pick up the victory. Rav does have the sword in hand. Will be clearing some of that utility nitro out. Rav, all she has to do is hold the mouse 1. Looking for the rotate. Psycho has 1 nade left in pocket to try and maybe catch out someone in towards Cash. This is not an ideal situation. Are there asphyxiating bolts? That's my question here for Rav. Can she do anything? Swings in aggressively, but loses to Cheese. What a shot with only a sliver of health to go. Psycho spots the header 1 towards Red with the shotgun out from Utheed.
I knew that was going to happen.
Big kills. But Theed is just on top.
Yeah, that is such a booter play right there. Incredible. That was a really good CC hold. I think Yoshi was win condition there for Big Brain. She was able to hold down the master side by herself. I think maybe if the Sledge had waited a couple seconds later for the drone of Habanas to come in with some help, maybe they could have traded the Melusi out faster there. But it's unfortunate. I think they'll learn from that. They're smart players, and right now they're not making a return to basement. They're going straight for Jim Blue Panda. Yeah,
look, not quite the hectic clutch up that we got out of that first round, but Big Brain, they answer back quite confidently, taking a second. Now though, Gym Bedroom, we head to the tertiary site, and so far it has been cookie cutter picks across the board.
Yeah, Yoshi's just been tearing them up on the entries right now, I think. I think this could obviously have been easily 2-0 to Big Brain's side, if not for a brilliant play by L. So I think it's a very evenly contested game right now. Jim typically is the tertiary side, but has made a bit of a comeback in recent times in comp with how much ground you have to take even as a one-dimensional side. I think with a castle as well, there's a lot of util that needs to be gotten rid of before you can go for Jacuzzi Breach. You need to take... Most teams like to take CC control, cash control before you go for Jacuzzi Breach as well. So there is just a ton of ground that needs to be taken before you even start thinking about going for a plan or execute.
Yeah, I can only imagine that after that Fury coach Faulty will be a little bit frustrated given how that first round played out. Oh, look, everyone knows and loves Faulty.
Yeah,
He's a bit of
100%.
a fan favorite in the community at the moment.
Yeah. We love Faulty,
And-
but
Bomb
oh,
located.
Fish Noodle turning it back away. Oh no, 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 no.
No, indeed, Psycho
well,
absolutely
Off
takes
screen,
it, but they lose
Yoshi's
KC.
taking
the
down
buck.
KC. That's a lot of self-breach off the board. Rav obviously is able to compensate for that with the sledge, but KC, they lose a lot of that verticality as well that they're able to make below in stock and in bar. So people are, oh, why are you doing that, Buddha?
Why
Anyways,
not? It's just
Yep.
Buddha things.
Yep, that's not an angle that's usually advisable to contest, but I think honestly it's a Buddha thing. Yep.
And they're just bullying poor Alice. He's trying to get this wall open.
Oh yeah, I think she's struggling a little bit. This reminds me a little bit of Buddha's map tricking actually.
Oh no!
oh!
L.
No
That's
way.
The Maverick down.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
And they've only got Pipo on the hard breach. Psycho looking to try and clear out cash, but not to
Is there
be
anyone
Maverick.
actually? Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, there's one.
Yoshi's-
It was Yoshi sitting there. The magnet cleans it up, and
Oh,
Yoshi's impact tricking this. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
it's too low for it to be effective.
Oh, she's
And-
still gonna go for it. Pipo goes for the swing and wins it out. I think that's cash cleared. 3v3. They should have cash control, although they're still playing con right now. Buddha's actually going for a C4 in cash, but there's no one actually there immediately, so never mind. It's wasted, but I think they still have control of con right now. About to enter. You know what? Chloe just blows them out of the water.
I did not think Chloe was going to hit that, but the readjust is
Psycho
successful.
hit-
Psycho brings it back to the 2 vs 2.
Psycho goes LMG, goes Burr.
It does at that 75 rounds still in the mags, but feed in logic with the M590
Only-
being the hold. Chloe getting aggressive out of the window, might go for the jump out here. Goes for it. No! Relay! Oh,
Oh!
my lord! How does she still win that?
No way. I think these two need to play together right now in a 2v1 because Psycho, as you know, is a very lethal player, very capable, and with the LMG in hand, nothing is impossible. There you go. I think that was a bit of a overpeak there by
What can but they do?
Attackers recovered the bomb
Out the hallway, shotgun
with a
in
shotgun
hand.
out. Oh, there's no way she has a shotgun out for this. I
Psycho.
cannot.
On the
10
plant
seconds
in
left.
gym, does she know?
She can see him.
The
She can see
ankle,
him.
there we go. And butt feed does get the close. A big brain take the lead here, 2-1.
There's some big kills there by Chloe on the Habana entering cash and also the jump out, which nearly didn't work. But in saying that, it worked. And
I think that was
I'm not sure
another
what that melee
fat
was.
finger moment.
Yeah, I think the melee was definitely like that. But that's another huge round for Big Brain to take as well, as they head back to Church Arsenal, where they'll play definitely a stock standard type of Church defense as well, with Buddha getting off the mute at the last second and going to Jaeger. They are bringing the Legion though, so this could indicate that they're going more of like a roam style with some traps here and there to help them out with a roam. But I think on the side of Fury, they're going for again the
Attackers
same
need to
exact
locate
operator
and
lineup as
defuse
last time.
bombs.
Well, I mean, look, it makes sense. It is proven successful time and time again on this site. You kind of stick with the same stuff across the board. So it's really who comes down. It comes down to who executes the best, of course. Down to the basement, like you said. Fish Noodle on the Legion. I'm expecting that probably to be an upstairs setup from her.
Yeah, I think Fish Noodle will look to get aggressive early on. Maybe red, maybe secret with her use of
10
Elysian
seconds
Mines
left before insertion.
covering her behind. Interested.
5 seconds
I
left
think Fish
before
Noodle might be heading back to side though. Cheese, however, Fish Noodle is not bringing impacts actually. Is bringing a bulletproof that can unfortunately be shot if you just walk down secret stairs, but it might work. Who knows? We'll see. She's Fish Noodle and Butt Feed actually contesting Garage, but they're not actually gonna go this way. Instead, I believe there's only one person that spawned warehouse side for Fury here. They,
Ravenna?
no,
quite
never mind. They're
sure
going.
where she's
I think
heading,
it's just a. I think it's just a accidental wrong respawn.
Yeah. Poor Rand Venant having to play
Find
some
the
cross
course of the-
country.
Oof.
Yeah.
Must be
Can we get
tired.
one of those like soccer heat match? Like just see how much ground is being covered right now.
100%.
She's looking to go in. They know that there was someone towards bottom garage. Psycho going to cop the goo mine, but backs herself back out. Extracts it. They know. They hear the shots. They know that there's someone up towards CCTV. Butade! Not to be. Psycho absolutely removes her heat.
Annihilated. Absolutely annihilated. But with Fish Noodle, an automatic trade back on, not onto Psycho, but onto Ravenna, which actually removes so much verticality from Kitchen as well. So that is a very good trade because Jaeger, put down all your util, you can go die if you have to. Whereas a Sledge, you have to be alive to be able to use your gadget.
Do indeed, KC. No, that's
KC,
not it.
that's
That's not the button.
moment.
That's not the button.
KC.
Unfortunate damage taken, but luckily Psycho with the adrenaline surge is going to be there to recoup the losses of health. Hopefully
I think
in
Big
just
Brain
a moment.
Yeah, I think Big Brain are doing really well with time wasting as well, because it's currently nearly a minute left on the clock, and they haven't really made any significant progress in terms of hatches, in terms of opening anything, taking any ground. Casey has made her way down to the bottom main, which is very good, but there's not enough vertical pressure on Church and Arsenal, on Kitchen Hallway as well, to the point where they have to sit elsewhere. So I think this is really Big Brain's round to lose right now.
Really is it that? Fish Noodle has to be careful down that hatch is open. Drops the goo mine. Just below, waiting for someone to push in. We head into the final 35 though. Big Brain, they've got a lot of presence here to try and deny. They've got so many different angles covered. Any dirt push is going to KC again. Really struggling with the goo mines this time.
Oh, there's a dirt player! Does Chloe know?
No, she
Chloe
doesn't.
knows.
She gets absolutely... Oh, my lord. Nuttery baiting. Nuttery
Again?
baiting on the observes. He baits me out, but L will fall too.
Last one.
Will get her one. Swing it out. Peepo.
No,
Peepo
no.
with the goo mine in the leg. No. KC has somehow found another one. She's just ticking away. She might just bleed out here. KC. No, you got to pull it out.
No!
Fish Noodle with the gadget to get the kill.
Oh my god. I think she was just hoping for, obviously, the time to run out before the goo would kill her, and maybe hoping for an exit frag there, but unfortunately it wasn't to be, and Big Brain take a 3-1 lead.
I think that's the first cast I've ever seen someone die from a goo mine.
First time for
it's
everything,
like
right?
the most hectic situation where
yeah.
KC didn't have the opportunity to actually pull the darn thing out.
Honestly, this is what a game this has been so far. I'm just going back to CCTV. They're actually opting against bringing a Jaeger, instead opting for an Azami and a Wamai for any denial right now, which is, I think, is smart. Azami playing on on Garage actually makes it very hard to push Garage. They block a lot of line of sights with her. Chloe's bringing the ACS-12 again, which I know you're a big fan of, but I personally think
it's the only gun worth talking about.
Okay, you know what? Some impact some map tricking holes going down there, but
do we want to talk about some impact tricking, KT?
No, I think we're good. I think I'm certainly good. Like I've
you're incredible at impact tricking.
I know.
We've discussed that to death.
I was providing content for you and Nuttery, that's all.
Most impactful player in Women's League in 2022, obviously.
I hope someday you let that go, but you know, today's not the day.
Oh no, never.
No, never.
That honestly, if there were like titles that you could attach to your account in Siege, we'd make sure that you got that one specially.
You know what? I would honestly take that. If that was my lasting legacy on Women's League, I would definitely take that. But I'm
sure Alex can make sure that we immortalize that somehow. Right now, though, they get KC to deal with the Swiss cheese. Smart stuff.
They're going for the right side of the breach as well, so that indicates to me that maybe they're going for a master-sided take instead, because normally when you open the right side, it gives you a greater line of sight onto Red, onto Cash as well, but makes you... No way! Fish Noodle with an absolute monstrous run out. There it goes. That's 3. That's 3 on the board for the Fish. And she's 8-2 for the round, for the game so far. And that's what happens, unfortunately, when you bring, when you don't bring Zofia, and you don't have those claymores act as a warning, and you have no one actively watching it. Sometimes, unfortunately, I think Fish Noodle read into that, and very nicely done, and very easy 3K right there for her.
I'll keep it simple. I'll keep it real. As does Peepo. Fish noodle, gross food, great player.
Yeah, definitely. I think Fish Noodle is a very capable player, especially on rafters. Peepo right now just trying to get anything. I don't know what Fish Noodle was trying to do, but oh my god, what a!
And she's going for the pickup.
Oh, Buddha, she doesn't know. She doesn't know.
In trouble. The pre-fire on the fish. Fish will fall. Thief gets out, sacrificing a teammate. What scumbag? Absolute scumbag move. We'd had to revive her just to use her as bait. That is not teammate material. Rav looking for an angle where she could find it. Butane!
Oh my
Doing
god.
Fury dirty.
You know what? I've had the pleasure many times over the seasons to witness the magic of Buddha SAS shotgun in hand on Clubhouse, and I've got to say, it's not as good. It doesn't feel as good being on the receiving end of those. That's for sure.
Yeah.
This is my official request for Fish to carry me harder, honestly.
Well, I mean, to be fair, that was a massive run out. I mean, not just your Buck, your Maverick, but your Finker as well. The 3 most impactful operators available in the attacking lineup, and she finds all of them in the span of about 15 seconds.
100%, especially with Kate up, your Maverick really can't be the first dead. When you lose someone like maybe a Yana or maybe a Sledge, you can compensate for that with the remaining soft breach, but you really can't be losing your Mav that early, especially that we know how much BB like to play with the Cade. But in saying that, we do see a return back to Jim. I think Big Brain really did like how they played Jim last time, but I think they're going to take a run at it again. And Peepo's now on the ace instead of Habana, which could mean that they're going for a maybe opening the single con wall, the outside wall, with just a mute jammer on Jacuzzi Bridge. They can possibly open a ace hole instead of a... Okay, never mind, they're not bringing any Maverick. That's my mistake with Anna. You know, they bring a... It'd be interesting to see how they manage to get the mute jammers off with Anna, because...
Well, I mean, they've got the utility to be able to do it, obviously. They've got 6 frag grenades, they've also got a couple of con 6s, plus L with those flashbangs. But Psycho taking 2 of those nades and one of those con 6s away. Fish Noodle on a deep lurk down in the basement, as you would expect for her to be doing something like this. Play the unexpected. I mean, the power of the deep roam on Clubhouse is such a terrifying prospect, especially on the gym defense.
Not even a deep roam, even if you just contest very early on, shoot a couple drones, it makes the opponent hesitate a lot because there's a lot of escape routes and there's a lot of ways to go on Clubhouse when you do fall back. So it makes them question a lot of things when you destroy the enemy's drone economy. Oh my god!
So Chloe still gets that. That's your sledge. Unfortunately, it's 2 of your nades off the board and you lose an alibi, which, let's be honest, no big whoop. You could quite comfortably lose an alibi. I think the MX4 Storm is probably the biggest loss at that stage. Psycho looking for the feet. Oh, catches the ankle, Yoshi. That's not the way you want to do it. Unfortunately, the feet sees go. Feet
gets Ravenna.
Back.
Feet feed. Oh, Fish Noodle, you're playing a very dangerous game here, but... Fish Noodle! Fish Noodle! Oh my god. That is incredible. Blue that is utterly incredible. Oh. That's Fish Noodle?
She's looking for it. She's looking for the 1 taps too. L out on highway. Knows that she is in a spot of trouble. This is far from the start that Fury would have expected at this stage.
Yeah, I think,
it's just... the high impact play between Butte and Fish Noodle this map.
Fish Noodle getting those entries, getting those entry frags, and Buddha just following up with some kills that I can't even comprehend how she's getting those, but they're working and kudos to them, honestly. Right now they're sitting very pretty in 3v2 situation with 40 seconds left, and only the hard breaches, they have no nades, they can't really open anything else. I think Peepo is rotating to AC Balk right now. They might be looking to just jump in Jacuzzi or maybe jump in Sumi Windows right now, but in saying that, I think BB's got all these angles covered and they're in a very good position to just hold the angles and choke out some of Fury's time here.
There's only 17 seconds left, so all Big
17
Brain needs to
seconds.
do is hold unless we get some miracle jump in by Al, which
Oh,
Sweet
yeah,
She
that's it.
does
It's happened.
actually get. Doesn't know that unfortunately Butte is behind her. Peepo pushing it through Lodge. She has too many. She can't split the difference here. There's a shotgun in hand, the swing to drive by for Butte, and it's going to be the kill from the chase of Peepo and stretching those hamstrings out. Big Brain will take a commanding half.
5-1, honestly, it was not what I expected coming into this game. Especially me knowing how well prepared Fury have been. I know they're a bunch of girls that scrim very often and they're very, very well prepared. But in saying that, Big Brain have obviously done their research. They're obviously very well versed in Clubhouse. I know Clubhouse is one of BB's favorite maps as well. So I think that plays into them a lot. And 5-1 on the board. They only need 2 more rounds, win 2 more rounds to be able to take this one home. I think it's a very, very good position. I think they're sitting very comfortable now going to the attacking half.
I mean, what do you put it down to? Is it that Big Brain has done so much homework and prepping for this map, or that Fury have come into this underprepared and haven't expected Big Brain to come in swinging this hard?
I think it's not down to Fury being underprepared as much as they're just not expecting some of the swings that are coming out of BB. Even I'm not expecting some of these swings. I would definitely 100% be caught off guard with these. Some of the swings from Fish Noodle, from Buddha, even from Chloe as well. But I think playing unexpected and playing where they don't expect you is definitely a strength and an advantage for Big Brain right now, because Fury do seem like quite a structured team in the way they clear and in the way they handle things in this map. So I think being unexpected.
There we go.
Yep, there we go.
Fish Noodle, it was a massive run out from her. So when they switch over to the attack, the last thing they want is that to happen to them. So Claymore immediately on the door, providing that cover. They don't want the run out to deny them going into opening up this breach, of course. And I mean, it's just again, that extra step of preventative measure.
Buddha making very light work of the breach right now, getting it open with less than a minute gone on the board. There it is. There's the left side breach open. Yoshi impacts it very quickly, and she might be the repel bitch from now on for BB. But they have 2 on breach right now, droning up rafters. They have a Monty Blue Panda. What do you reckon? Do you think Chloe's just gonna walk up here with no fear whatsoever? I think that's what she's doing. Oh, Buddha. Oh, Buddha.
Peepo playing the dangerous game right now. Wants to try and contest, but Chloe marching on a position. The nade is there. Catches at the ankle. Peepo will drop the shield, and Yoshi will actually steal the kill.
I think that's
the Monty, the distraction factor.
The power of the Monty is on full display there. I think Peepo unfortunately got sandwiched from about 3 different angles with the nade, with the Monty, with the play on rafters. So honestly, where Buddha is, if she just turns around, Psycho!
Oh! Steve's timing is a magnificent thing. The plant was attempted, Rab falls as well. Butte on for a double. KC falls to Yoshi, and it's all come apart in the flawless. Big Brain absolutely have Fury's number here on Clubhouse.
Buddha, I think, was very lucky there to be droning where she was. Very lucky that Psycho didn't turn around left side and turning right side instead of left side. She can count her lucky stars for that. I think it's very unlucky that Psycho did just happen to turn the wrong way.
I mean, it's a coin flip at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. You take your 50-50. Unfortunately, Buddha just came out on top, and she got her frags after as well. I think question marking that was a little bit iffy, but I think I'll be questioning my own sanity after that a little bit as well. So I can't blame her.
It's one of those moments where she was just tucked in on her throne, and so Psycho ran straight past it and was like, hold on. Surely the smart play would be for her to be on my left, but no. It's not always the smart plays that are the ones that work.
Yeah, it's sometimes I think the biggest thing with Big Brain now, it's once again doing the unexpected. Maybe Fury aren't expecting the right things. Maybe they need to be expecting the unexpected a little bit more. But I think they've learned that maybe CCTV just isn't their forte, and switching back to gym defense right now with the castle, which I think will, all 3 of the Sui windows have been castled actually. With a Tachanka, I love that. Personally, I think the basement side should be the primary side, but I think these 2 teams have figured something out with Jim that I don't know, Blue Panda.
Yeah. Oh, L. Surely she's not looking for something.
Running out. No way.
She's gonna spot it. So we're
no.
Okay. There's
Can
no
someone please
potential
shoot
for a
this?
run out. It's just flexing the fact that the default cam was up.
Yeah. I think L has the potential to do a lot of damage here as Tachanka. Maybe she wasn't that comfortable on the smoke or mute shotgun, and she decided Tachanka actually does a lot of damage on his gun. It's a banger. So maybe that's what she's more comfortable with at the moment. But going to town with this breach right now, she's making good time of it as well right now. Very straight line. I like it. And there it is. Oh my God! Fish Noodle is just going in. Fish Noodle just doesn't care.
Oh, she's
nearly on site.
Surges.
She's basically on site.
She's still peeking it, but it's beauty.
Oh, she doesn't expect the second one there.
Yeah, Peepo on the lurk does find her back. Yoshi now looking to try and
Yoshi just needs to cut off.
That's all she needs. And well, KC will take her out. Finding ourselves in 3 versus 3 with 90 seconds remaining here, KT. This could all be over.
3 versus 3. They have ceded master control though to KC, which is very important. They can only attack from one area of the map as well, so I think Fury can defend with. In saying that, KC swings it and gets Chloe. Chloe gets punished.
KC with a little head shake there too, saying you're not coming in here.
Just goodness gracious, good on her. I think that was a swing that might have needed to be had in terms of getting them a little bit more breathing room. Now it's just down to Buddha and Cheese, the 2 hard breaches.
The big thing being, there's about 50 seconds left in play, so there potentially is that opportunity for Big Brain to actually still pull this one out of the bag if they can isolate some gunfights. If they find a single pick on its own, that would be huge. And Beauty coming up main will pop the Banshee, which should give away the audio cue. Hopefully Fury now know that there's someone on main stairs. They can look to adjust appropriately. No default cam. Oh my God, what a pre-fire! Unfortunately, Beauty will go down. It's on the Cheese to clutch up, and she can't. Unfortunately, Fury will hold on for a little bit longer. But my God, what a shot that was!
I didn't see, oh my goodness.
That
Honestly,
was filthy. That was straight filthy.
That was incredible. I didn't see a Z ping there, so I'm assuming it was just a filthy pre-fire. Oh my days. If I died to that, honestly, if I died to that in ranked Blue Panda, I'm calling cheats right there.
100%. Like, I don't blame you. Like,
oh
jeepers.
My God.
That was, that was some, like, next level, like, energy of the universe feeding into her.
Yeah. I think Buddha's really feeling herself tonight with her Maverick. But that was a round, obviously, that Fury needed to win and to stay in the game, obviously. But I think that might be the momentum turner right there, because up till then, Big Brain's been taking rounds by storm right here. But I think being able to turn that around from a 3v4 to be able to win that round out, I think might be the turning point for Fury going forward in this game.
Still need 4 rounds, though, to get to OT. Up till then, there is no safe space. You lose a round, the map is over. They are going to bring out the Thunderbird here in round number 1. KT, do you rate this?
Thunderbird downstairs, I think is very useful because you can shallow roam, you can roam a little bit, get a little bit tagged up and heal up downstairs. I think Rav, in the hands of Rav, that Thunderbird spear gun also will do a lot of damage as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing how her pinball machines work out for her. But they, once again, they don't seem like to be doing a very roomy setup at all. In fact, I don't think there's anyone upstairs. So I think the Jackal pick from Chloe might be just a tiny bit of a waste, but Psycho is playing halfway up main, a little bit of an aggressive position. But I think she's just there to shoot a couple drones and fall back.
Al is just tucked in at church behind bar.
I think L's not having a bar of it, honestly. KC is going up main right now, actually, to contest early. Budo's drone is being shot by KC with no follow-up. And I think that might spell the end for any sort of roaming from Fury.
I mean, it's basement bomb sites. There's no deep need to go for the roam. Yeah, it can help if you effectively do it and waste a bit of time, but bomb site like this, you can afford to just hunker down, play the turtle strats. Right now, Casey taking a bit of tentative
There is one top red, though.
Yeah, there is. Oh, big potential. The Butte feed on the job.
Buddha is going 14-3, Blue Panda. 14-3. That is incredible. Oh.
I've seen her pull out bigger numbers. This isn't that big.
Oh yeah, this is just baby numbers for.
Yeah,
Buddha,
she's just starting. She wants it to go to overtime so she can get the 20 bomb.
Oh, if this goes to overtime, she's hitting a 30, I think. Goodness gracious. But Buddha now going to work with her gadget.
She's not wasting any time.
Yeah, 1 minute 20 right now. They got Motor Hash open already. I think they're looking very, very good. They've seeded, Fury have seeded a lot of control upstairs. They've basically given... The only thing I would say is that BB don't seem to have any verticality available to them, aside from maybe using Chloe's secondary shotgun or breach charges, of which Yoshi has none. So... Oh, but doesn't matter if you have Fish Noodle just walking down bottom main.
Just send Fish Noodle in.
It just doesn't matter.
Unfortunately, like you said, that Spear through 8, a great gun. To allow Ravenna to take down Fish, so no more Adrenal Surge to come into play. They are still starting up those hatches, getting the job done. Yoshi, bottom main, watching the long angle with the LMGE. There's a player towards the end of that hallway. It's L from the looks of things, just crouching and around. Drone spots it. So she is going to have to try and keep herself up. Jeez! And Butte pushing up dirt. So they've got a multi-pronged approach to the site right now.
I think they're trying to push everyone out of Arsenal right now. I think they really need to get L out of her power position, backed by AKs, backed by Box 2. Once they get her out of that position, they'll be free to take Arsenal. But they have the spot on that. Oh no, everything's falling apart.
10 seconds to go.
Cheese, though, will swing out and answer back. Brings us to the 2 versus 2. They tried to drop down the hatch. Dangerous position. Yoshi on the plant. The cover needs to be there. It's going to be a big kill on the Cheese. Yoshi still holding things down. They can't find their angle. She will be able to get back up and into things. Health low. And a triple to Psycho will allow Fury. And Fury! I wouldn't be making those plays when you were down 6-2.
Oh, you know what, though, Blue Panda? It's the ability and the balls to do things like that when you're down. That I think is really brave, honestly. Being able to do stuff like that when you're down and not when you're up, the ability to do that, I think I commend that. I rate that, honestly. I think anyone should be able to test their crouch key whenever they want.
It's always been my go-to saying, if you're gonna talk some smack, you better be able to back it up, because if not, you're in a world of hurt.
Oh yeah, I think Fury by no means are out of the deep end just now. They still have 3 more rounds until Big Brain. They take Big Brain to overtime, and they still need to win 2 more rounds after that. So they still have 5 more rounds, I believe, if I'm not wrong, to be able to win this match out. So I think Psycho doing that is brave, but also maybe a little bit premature, but we'll have to see.
Oh boy. Well, we're back to CCTV this time. It's Fury's defense. Again, I mean, we haven't seen any wild deviations from, what is consistently considered the norm in terms of operator lineups. Chloe back on the Monty, though. Last time, it was highly effective.
10 seconds to go.
I think last time that frazzled people out a lot in terms of how to guard rafters. This time, they're not really bringing any Monty plays right here with maybe like a Legion, maybe a Frost, things like that. They're not really doing anything in terms of that. So I think Chloe might have a free reign to walk up rafters again. I'm also kind of curious as to why maybe they're not playing something like an Azami, which makes it a bit easier for people to sit upright on rafters without getting shot. But maybe they're just not expecting them to run the Monty again.
Surely that won't do it the second time.
Chloe's definitely doing it the second time.
As we often see, that tends to be when they play it a second time. And now people should know They've got the nano boost, no lesion like they had in that last round, so Chloe should have a pretty free walk up the top of rafters. No impacts on Peepo either. So there is limited ability
KC sitting mini though. They will have to get rid of her in order to walk up rafters for a charge.
Well, that's one impact gone. So I think they're still going to find themselves up top rafters. It's how freely they find themselves up top rafters with the breach already open and Yoshi contesting. This is a dangerous spot for Peepo now to be in because she is no longer able to move that freely.
Oh, Peepo is sitting in a very dangerous position right now. There's only one place. Once breach is open, there's only one place where you can sit, which is the second rafters. But Peepo gets taken down by... Oh no, sorry. Fish Noodle actually gets taken down by Peepo, peeking the angle. And I think
Peepo threading the needle there.
Yeah. I think Peepo has learnt to maybe just take up the heads-up fight instead of running back and forth. And she's won it outright against a Finca, against a Fish Noodle that's going 11-7. So props to her, but right now she's still in a dangerous position with the Monty staring in her face. Oh my god.
Chloe is getting dangerous. Peepo!
Oh,
She's in trouble, but it's Yoshi. It's that crossfire. They forced her into a few on a KC, and it's down to the 4 versus 3 now. And it's exactly what Chloe was intending to do. Force Peepo back into the waiting arms of Yoshi. That's why she opened up that rafters wall. And it's just come together brilliantly.
Well, 4 versus 3. Psycho's down below, ready to contest bottom garage, but she doesn't have a C4, and Rap does have a C4 and a smoke. Never mind. It's 4 versus 2. Two smokes on the... Never mind. No C4s either.
There we go.
It's
the plant's out. It's on L. The smoke. Yoshi takes the damage. Oh no. Chloe's in. The shield bash. The knife. It's nothing but a consolation. And KT, what a match. Big Brain absolutely take it to fury here on Clubhouse.
I think that was a big statement win for Big Brain. Especially with the new orc sighting from Senshi to Fury. I think they may have been hoping for a little bit of a bigger performance tonight, but I think when Buddha is feeling it the way she was tonight, it's very hard to counteract that.
Yeah, I mean, that was impressive stuff. I mean, Big Brain, they've come in being stuck sort of that third place last season, being stuck in the bronze medal position. That's the last thing you want. So they're pushing further this season. They're going to take it 7-3. They go and pick up the win. Full regulation points as well. So they should be sitting quite comfortable towards top of that leaderboard after week 1.
Yeah, I think, oh my goodness, that was just, I was expecting a much closer game. I was hoping that maybe we'll go to overtime, maybe we'll go to the full double OT, but obviously it wasn't to be. Props to Big Brain as well for being able to pull out a 5-1 scoreline on defense. So, yeah, I really wasn't expecting that, Blue Panda. Honestly, it wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, look, there were some highlight moments in that map. I mean, we kicked it off with the soft nade out of L and somehow clutching the round up, and we get the full distance. We get a little bit of everything throughout the entirety of Clubhouse. So it was impressive stuff. But I mean, Fury, it's not like it was a complete wash. It wasn't like they just weren't there at all. There were still some signs of promise.
I think the fact that a couple of those rounds obviously came down to 1v1, 2v1, it shows that although that BB ended up winning those rounds, that Or's not lost, and obviously they did make progress during that round. I think it's little mistakes during the execute that really costed them. I think with flank watch and things like that, they need to be a little bit better at, but otherwise, it's definitely stuff that can be fixed for their next matchup as well.
Yeah, like I think the other lesson being make sure you have something to deal with Chloe and her Monty if you're holding rafters, because unfortunately that was twice we saw Peepo pushed into a position where Yoshi had the crossfire and they were able to capitalize on it, and that rafters hold was, I mean, despite that magnificent kill on the Fish Noodle, it was largely ineffective because of the counter.
I think they should have expected Chloe to run that again, because usually with teams, if it works once, why not run it again, right? So I think the second time around, maybe they could have brought something like a Legion, a Frost, even a shield on rafters to help with that. But I think that's something they'll go back to the drawing board for the next matchup.
Yeah, look, it's exciting. You know, it sets the stage here in the old Unstoppable Women's League going into the rest of the season, that there could be some exciting upsets coming our way. Maybe the standings that we've seen in past seasons aren't set in stone, and we could have a bit of a shuffle of that top 4. So, I mean, look, you made your call at the start of the night. Do you still stand by it after what we've seen and what we've heard from the other matches as well?
Well, I don't know how Radical Rebels went in their 2 games. I don't believe they've played both of their games, so I can't say, but I'm very confident in the fact that I'm still calling that it will be Bliss, Fury, and BB in not that order, but them in the top 3. And I think Radical Rebels and Viking Army will be fighting out for the 4th place.
Yeah, not in that order because we can't have any, Bliss bias or anything going on.
No, I think they suck. No.
Oh, all right.
No.
Well, it's been a great run with the org. But, ladies and gentlemen, that does bring us to the end of our Play Day 1 broadcast here is for the Popsugar Unstoppable Women's League. Thank you, KT. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on the broadcast.
Thank you.
And we'll see you back with me and Cthulhu in a couple of weeks' time. Next week, I do believe it's Proto and Spud on the job for that.
Yeah.
So make sure you're back for that as well for some more awesome Women's League action. But for us here in Play Day 1, thanks. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, guys.